Hello and welcome to the topic on international taxation. This topic is still under the module on taxation management. By the end of the topic, you will be able to understand the meaning of international taxation. You'll be able to explain the tax treaties and international laws. Also be able to explain the meaning of transfer pricing and also understand the benefits of transfer pricing. Now, when we talk about tax treaties, it's simply the agreement that two or more countries come together in order to agree on how taxation issues for their citizens should be treated. And tax treaties are going to assist the citizens of either countries that are in such kind of an agreements to be able to avoid the issue of double taxation if they have invested in a foreign country. The purpose of tax treaties is to avoid double taxation and also tax evasion. So these treaties come about when, for example, a citizen has invested in a foreign country. So the agreement is between these two countries as to who is supposed to tax this person, because if they are citizens of South Sudan, if they are citizens of Kenya, if they are citizens of Uganda, if they are citizens of Tanzania, and they have invested or they have set up their business in Rwanda, for example, who should tax this particular person? Is it Rwanda when the company has set base, or is it the place of origin of the investor? So treaties seek to bring a solution to that kind of a very big question. Number two, another purpose of tax treaties is to help to do away with tax hindrances, hence facilitating cross-border trade. So any hindrances in terms of high levels of tariffs or high levels of cross-border taxation, through the tax treaties we can be able to solve those kind of challenges. Therefore, through tax treaties, also cross-border transactions, cross-border businesses are enhanced. And number three, another purpose of tax treaties is to avoid any form of discrimination of foreign nationals. So a foreigner may be discriminated through double taxation or through taxing them more than they are being taxed in their place of origin or their home country. So tax treaties are meant to put in place an equal playing ground or a fair playing ground for any investor who is having interest in investing in another country. We have what we call the international tax law, and we are saying it is a law that originates from domestic sources and international sources. So the element of double taxation, we are saying that it involves two nations and may be called tax treaties and tax conventions that I have been able to clarify. We have what we call the areas that are covered by tax treaties. Number one, it considers the sources of income, for example, in areas of transport, in areas of shipping. And number two, they cover specific tax, for instance, tax on social security or tax on different kinds of income, including income of money that individuals have benefited as from their savings in terms of the social security fund. And also another area that the tax treaty covers is the provision of information and assistance in tax collection. So through tax treaties also, investors, citizens of a particular country, are able to provide correct and the required information in order to be able to ensure that information will assist the tax authorities in terms of collection or tax collection. We have what we call the taxation of foreign income. Foreign income, of course, is the income that is gotten from outside your home country or outside an investor's home country. So through the study of taxation management, one way that we are able to understand how foreign income is taxed is to look at different tax treaties of countries and understand in what percentages and how do we calculate how foreign income is taxed. Then we have what we call transfer pricing. is a method of international organizations to shift profit out of countries they operate to tax havens. Now, we have countries that are very high in terms of taxation. For example, countries in Africa, you're going to find a country like Kenya have corporate tax of 30%. That is very high for companies, especially those companies that are starting. So how does transfer pricing work? And what is this that we are referring to tax havens? Tax havens are countries which do not have corporate tax, or they charge very little percentage of corporate tax. An example of a tax haven is what we call the Cayman Island, or also Bahamas. Those are countries that have minimal corporate tax, or they charge, like for Cayman Island, they will not charge any corporate tax. So what happens is anybody would be interested in investing in that kind of a country where they will be able to pay less or no tax. So what happens in transfer pricing? If I have invested in a country that has high levels of taxation, what I'm going to do, or what people are going to do, they will open a subsidiary company in the tax haven country, for example, the Cayman Island. So once they open a subsidiary company, they will find ways and means of transferring part of their revenue or their income into the subsidiaries in the tax haven, and thus will hinder them from being taxed from the country of origin, which has huge taxes. Now, transfer pricing has the following benefits. Number one, it will help reduce the cost of duty. So it will help reduce the tax that you will be charged as an individual or as a company. And number two, it will help the company to obtain higher profit margins. As you transfer your income, your revenues, as you look for avenues to get it into the tax havens, then definitely you will be able to declare higher profit margins, because the taxation authorities in the home country where you have set your business will receive documents and figures that show that whatever amount that you've made as profit is less, but you have taken the responsibility of transferring part of this revenue to the tax havens, and you end up as a business person making more money. So that is the end of our discussion on this particular topic. I invite you to keep on watching more videos on this platform in order to be able to gain knowledge on matters taxation.